Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for Modern Railway. In today's episode we're going to continue working with the end of the unit here with the hydraulic tank on. We're going to be looking to add some of the details like the handrails on. The control levers are going to be quite difficult I think to do. None of the pictures show the layout or design of this particularly well. I think that's just this part here is a plate which is attached to the handrails here, and then all the levers are on the back with the pipes coming out the back. And again, I think there's a plate on the back of this part of the handrail with this box on with some of the control buttons on. So we're going to try and do our best around this area, see what we can come up with. And it will probably be more of a representation rather than an actual model of it, because none of the photos, as I say, show it in great detail. So we'll just do our best around this. Probably the first and easy one to do is this handrail on the end here. What we'll do is we'll jump into Fusion, and this is going to be on this end of the unit. I'm going to add in an offset plane. I'm going to select just the front of the I-beam unit here. I'm going to drag this across so it's in the correct position. Now, looking at the photo, you can see that that looks like it's slightly inside this part here. So if we do the same, come slightly inside, so that means I'm going to come across minus 2.3 millimeters, and then we'll click on OK on that. We can then draw on that profile, and if we project on, we just make sure we've got this top surface here all selected. Okay, and then what we're going to do is just use the line tool really to draw this on. So you can see how it comes up, goes slightly above the tank here, across a couple of fillet bends on the end here, and then straight back down on the other side. So simple little tool. Let's get the starting position. It's in slightly. So if we just come along that line, I'm going to come along and draw a line up. Let's go for 6.25 millimeters high. And I just want to see how far in this. Yeah, it's going to be on the same distance across. So if I do say to there, come back down. What I'm going to then do is dimension from that point to the edge of these little feet here that we've got. If we go for 0.3 millimeters on there, and then if we dimension the same on this side, there is 0.3. This will then automatically be constrained there. The one thing we haven't constrained, no, that's constrained, the height's constrained. So what, there we go. Let's undo that, and we'll constrain that vertically, horizontally to that point to that point there. That locks that all into position. And then if we fillet off the top edge here, should we go for 1 millimeter? What's that look? No, it's probably a tighter turn than that. Let's go for 0.6. I'll fillet off the same on this top edge here. 0.6 as well. That's fine. Click Finish Sketch, and then we can use the pipe tool. And if we select all of these lines here, select those, click pipe. I'm going to do a join, and I'm going to use 0.4 millimeters. Oh, that one's 0.4. Click on OK. So the distance is all the way around. Section size 0.4 on that. Again, we've got this funny glitch in here, so we just click backwards and forwards, that fixes that. And that's that handrail joined on. Okay, so the next one I'm going to draw is this one here. So we can see these two are the same, but we've got a box section here on this one rather than a circular pipe. We use a similar technique again, just check position, that's going to be in slightly more than that one. So we'll use an offset plane from the front edge here, and I'm going to drag that. Yeah, I'm going to come in 0.5 millimeters, and then you can draw on that plane, project on the edge here so we can snap to it, and then let's look at the position. So it's going to be set back slightly from the tank here, so I'm looking at this part here. So if we draw a line, snap to the bottom, I'm going to come up we're going to come up to a height that's just slightly above the tank here. We measure that to dimension that point to, let's go the edge of the tank. So we'll come down to 1 millimeter on that, and the height, let's go for 6. Yeah, go for 6 mil. Okay, I'm going to put another line on the same edge, 6 mil up again. And put 2.1 for the moment. Let's have a quick look at the picture, see if we can see all the way through. We can't really. Yeah, I'm going to go for about that position, I think. I'm going to draw 2 boxes that come across there. So one's slightly above that I-beam and the other's about halfway up the sight glass. So again, using the line tool, we come across, snap there. We can dimension that height from the base. Let's go 1 mil, it's nice and even. And then we'll do another one. I'd say it's about halfway up this sight glass there. And 3.3. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So we've got that sketch drawn. Now what we can do is again use the pipe tool. We can select the first upright there. We're going to change that to a rectangle. Again, we're going for 0.4 on the cross sections. Let's get the sketch back on. So you can see it, and then just select all the pipes for it. That upright again, 0.4 square section. You have to do all these individually, unfortunately, it's just the way the software works. You can't do the same as with the curved pipe, it's all separate, not completely one complete section. Okay, so we've got the square section drawn there, and then on the top, it's got a curved section, which what we can do, if we come back into the sketch, we can then draw another line coming up. And I'm going to come up by 1.5 millimeters. Same down here. Draw a line across. And then fill it off. Those 2 top sections by 0.5. Turn that sketch back on, we can then pipe circle, and it'll fill those last parts in. You don't need to worry about going all the way up and over because it's going to be completely contained within the square section. we might not even see that. By the time we printed that, you might be able to see the difference between the square section and the circular section. We want to mirror it across now, and I'm going to use this construction plane. Let's find the correct one. It's the midpoint between these two that we just created. Yeah, that one there. So my plane 12. So slightly mirror features. I'm going to select all of those pipes. I'm going to mirror plane 12. Once it's done, I'll just check to make sure it's not clashing with anything. Nope. Okay, there we go. So the next part is going to be a little bit harder. We're going to attach this one. It's curved inwards slightly on here. So first thing we'll do is draw a small box on the front of the hydraulic tank here that comes out slightly. Just going to snap it to the side. 0.4 wide and let's go for 0.7 height. I'm going to put a height from the top of this edge here. 0.8 millimeters, and extrude that out beyond the edge there. I'm going to come 0.7 mil. And then offset plane. I'm going to come back by minus 0.2. Create a sketch on that surface, and then we're going to use the line tool. Let's project this box first. Okay, so now in that sketch, we've got this box projected on. I'm going to project on the midpoint of that rectangle on here. Project it on there and project that point there on. That's not projected what I want because it's obviously in 3D. It's fine, I can work with that. And then we're going to use the line tool, do 3D sketch. If we select that center of the box here, it's going to come up 2.3 millimeters. Why is that not gone to 3D sketch? Let's go back out of that second. We'll do it now. That looks like it's working better. So I'm going to come up 2.3, make sure it's vertical. Spin onto the top surface. I'm going to go for something like 133 degrees, something like that. No, maybe a little bit more. What I'm trying to do is, I know this midpoint here is on this line. I'm going to try and snap to that line as best I can. So that was 0.78 I think, and then we can drag this across. There. Okay, if we finish that, then we can dimension. So that's 3.2. Dimension the same on this one. 0.77. You can just try and work this out the best you can to try and get that to line in. and then we can fill it off that corner, and we'll get 0.5, no, 0.4 actually, and do the same on that corner, 0.4. That error is because the distance is dimension off of here. And then we can pipe that line there, 0.4, and that then snaps from here, goes in slightly and across and snaps into this. Which gives us that shape. Just looking at this photo, it looks like this top beam's not on the inside one. So I'm just going to go back into the mirror, edit that to not have the top section in. So it'll just be mirror those four. So it won't copy that top part in there. Okay, so that's taken about 20 minutes or so, 20-ish minutes to get this, the handrails all done there. I think I'm going to end at that point. And then next episode we'll come back and we'll add in the control mechanisms for this. But yeah, it's coming along really nicely. I think there's not a great deal more to do on this. I think it's going to be a nice little detail addition to your layout. Thanks for watching.